Most people think that playing vinyl is just a hobby. Nixon will argue it's all part of hip-hop culture. From collecting graph art to recording in the studio, Nixon has devoted his life to being a DJ.
I was 20 when I started DJing, but it was probably around 18 that I really thought that it was something that I wanted to do. I pulled a bit of a scam to get my first pair of turntables. I was about 20 years old. I convinced my parents that I needed a car, and I had an investment account that was put away for me by my grandparents. With no intention at all of getting a car, I managed to get the money. I bought the cheapest car I could find, and I spent the remaining money on my turntables, and then promptly sold the car and used that money to buy records. At the beginning, when you don't have any vinyl at all, you can spend $400 or $500 and still come home with 10 or 15 records, which is virtually nothing. The way that I got into it was I had a love of hip hop, and it was something where I wanted to do more than just listen. So for me, I didn't have the physique to be a b-boy. I didn't have the drawing skills to write. I didn't have the personality to rap. But the DJ thing was the most accessible way for me to get into it. So it was absolutely the beginning for me.
Playing in your bedroom is one thing, but making a living as a DJ is another.
My first live show was with a friend of mine called Andre. We just started with a fairly low skill level. We got paid very little money to do an 18th at a place called the Hilton on South Road. For about 6 hours of our time, we got paid about $50, and it was just a total disaster pretty much. And I was too drunk to be nervous. The first famous act that I played with was probably the Hilltop Hoods at the Tonsley Hotel a while ago, before they were really big, but it was still a huge thing for me. The biggest one probably Method Man and Redman, but also Z-Trip, Mixmaster Mike, Xavier Rudd. Can I talk about smoking weed?
There's more to Nixon than just scratching and playing records. This year he's played an integral part in the release of a new LP. The Form Recipe, with his new crew, All Terrain, hit record shops a few months ago.
Check it. From Tassie, Sticks Valley, Mountain Ash, Habitat to SA, Stick Valleys, with Jacob, the Swift Axe in times past.
The album launch was better than we possibly could have hoped for. We were overwhelmed with the amount of people that rocked up, and loved how many people knew the lyrics, and just the general response to the whole night.
In relation to your new album, how is it different to previous ones?
There's a lot more continuity with the new album, I think, than with the stuff that I've done in the past. There was only 3 people that were really heavily involved in recording it, and we all had very similar ideas about the sort of music that we wanted to create. The next LP is something at the moment, it's just an idea. We definitely plan on doing it, and we've got an idea of what direction that we're going to take, but we haven't actually started writing or recording it yet.
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see.